What is up, ladies and gentlemen? How are we all doing today? Y'all love the last one, so we're back here again with another one. And today we are going to be ranking all Call of Duties. And remember, I don't waste your time, so let's get right into it. Starting off first, we got the OG Call of Duty 1, the one that started everything. You gotta pay homage to the greats, so you gotta put it in S. It's not quite GOAT tier, but S is very deserved. Next up, we got Call of Duty 2, probably one of the best campaigns in Call of Duty's history. I believe this one had a multiplayer as well. I only played that when I got older. I never had multiplayer on my PS2 because that just wasn't a thing when we were younger. But I ended up playing the multiplayer for Call of Duty 2 on PC, and that shit was comp, dude. That shit got comp after a while. But nah, it's all time for sure. Call of Duty 2 is all time. Call of Duty 3, never played the multiplayer for Call of Duty 3, but campaign, phenomenal as well. That one is going to go in GOAT tier as well. And then moving on to the real deal. This is where Call of Duty gets serious, man. Comment down below what your favorite Call of Duty is. Call of Duty 4, boom! That's going in GOAT tier, bro. You are not going to tell me that Call of Duty 4 is not GOAT tier. Like, this is when Call of Duty went on a phenomenal run. World at War, boom! GOAT tier. Best zombies experience at a young age I've ever had with any game. World at War had one of the most brutal campaigns I've ever witnessed at a young age. One of the best multiplayer experiences I've ever had at a young age. And also, the way the zombie starts, dude, bro, you finish the campaign, that shit throws you right into zombies, bro. And I can tell you, I can assure you, bro, I've never been more scared than when I was playing World at War when I was a kid, bro. That shit shook me. Goated for sure. And then, bro, we got bangers after bangers. MW2, the greatest game. The game that made so many people famous. The game that made a bunch of YouTubers. This game made almost everybody rich. The trick-shotting hub of the world was MW2, bro. Amazing campaign. Amazing multiplayer. Special ops, very fun. Up next, we got Black Ops 1. Bro, they could not stop making bangers. Black Ops 1, for me personally, I think Black Ops 1 had the best campaign, right? You had Mason losing his mind. You had Reznov. You had Woods. You had Hudson. You had you had so many amazing characters in that campaign. You could not go wrong. The multiplayer was obviously phenomenal. The road to 15 prestige had everybody playing this shit 24/7. Bro, when this game came out, I promise you, I did not put that shit down until I hit 15 prestige. I wasn't thinking about any other game, any other Call of Duty. I played this shit till I got to 15th prestige. And at the same time, I was on zombies every single day. Bro, Black Ops 1 and World at War probably had the best and hardest zombies experience because no gobblegums, right? So you can't fucking, sneak your way out of an encounter. You can't, make everybody disappear. You can't spawn a perk out of nowhere, right? Not only that, you could not pack a punch 2 times to get a special bonus on your weapon or to get more ammo or whatever the case may be, right? And it wasn't like Black Ops 2 where you could just craft random weapons and shields to protect you, you know what I mean? Like every aspect of Black Ops 1 felt like you were playing on veteran difficulty for sure. And then right after we got MW3. Yo, MW3 probably, if you add up every single hour, I think I've had more hours on MW3 than Black Ops 1 because after you got to 10th prestige in MW3, they didn't drop the 20th prestige thing till halfway through the game. So there was always something to work towards in MW3 multiplayer. And the campaign, of course, I loved it. I love the campaign in MW3. Between Yuri, Makarov, Price, and Soap, and the way Soap went out was just, heartbreaking as a kid. But man, the spec ops on this shit was the bomb, bro. When I tell you special ops was way harder than zombies, it's not even close, dude. Zombies, they can't hit you from far away, but special ops, you're going against waves and waves and waves of people with weapons. You got dogs with C4 strapped to them chasing you. Like, bro, Spec Ops was heart racing. Bro, I've easily sunk like a good 1,000+ hours into MW3 and it never got old. The one thing about MW3 that I do have complaints about was the trick shotting. Dude, trick shotting kind of sucked. It was just almost non-existent in this game, but we'll let it slide because the game was pretty fire. And then, brother, we got Black Ops 2. Man, they were on a crazy generational run. They could not miss. And they surely did not miss with Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2 took everything that Black Ops 1 did and improved upon it. Multiplayer, way smoother. The weapons were more reliable. It wasn't like Black Ops 1 when you would just spray a weapon. The recoil patterns would just shoot up to the sky. The zombies, I think, was an improvement. They did include crafting. They did include newer wonder weapons and more interactive maps. The campaign, of course, was top-notch. And the fact that you had multiple endings at the end was also a huge plus. So Black Ops 2, man, no doubt it's GOAT tier forever. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is where the list starts to fall off tremendously. Man, we all know about the tragedy that was Call of Duty Ghosts. Now, here's what I'll say. Ghosts had a great campaign, but the extinction mode, terrible. Couldn't get behind it. Multiplayer, very mid. And if you put all that together, I think a B rating is a fair rating for Call of Duty Ghosts. All right, that's all I'm going to say. People love to LARP. People love to LARP Call of Duty Ghosts and be like, man, y'all weren't there for Call of Duty Ghosts. Man, what y'all know about Call of Duty Ghosts? Man, are you hating on Call of Duty Ghosts? Oh, nah, you don't know ball. Shut the fuck up. Call of Duty Ghosts single-handedly divided a bunch of friend groups because nobody wanted to play it. Call of Duty Ghosts ended Call of Duty almost. All right, up next we got Advanced Warfare. Advanced Warfare, I'm gonna have to put it in B. All right, Advanced Warfare had it had a decent campaign. It had Exo Zombies, which was not really good. I didn't like it. And the multiplayer was aight. This was like the perfect mid game. Like, Advanced Warfare is a perfectly mid game. I'll be real. All right, and then Black Ops 3 comes to save the list a little bit. You know what I mean? It has probably the best zombies we've ever experienced. The campaign, however, was just reliving flashbacks, and it was a bunch of weird shit. I didn't really fuck with the campaign too much, all right? I'll be honest. Black Ops 3 campaign was it was half-assed. They were mainly focusing on zombies and multiplayer. But the multiplayer, however, hey, people talk about like the crypto keys and the loot boxes. But those things were pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. Crypto keys and all that stuff kind of give you an incentive to keep playing the game. It's like a reward system, right? People hated on it. They took it out. And then, now the multiplayer games kind of suck. And now everything's like fucking pay $5 for this skin. Pay $20 for this skin. Pay this for that. Like, bro. Now, there were jetpacks in multiplayer, but this game actually made it tolerable. You could slide also, but it was pretty balanced. It wasn't too crazy. All right, man. So up next, we got Infinite Warfare. Infinite Warfare is also going in B tier. All right. It was very similar in movement and gameplay to Black Ops 3, but I feel like Black Ops 3 did it better. All right. I don't know if it's just me, but something about Infinite Warfare felt very empty, very futuristic and empty. The campaign, for one, wasn't the best, but they did have zombies in Spaceland, so you gotta got to give them a little bit of credit for that. It's cool little map. But multiplayer-wise, it played very similarly to Black Ops 3. But, dude, trick shotting in this game was pretty dead. Like, Infinite Warfare kind of sucked when it came to... But I just feel like the system in Black Ops 3 for multiplayer was a little bit better. I feel like the maps and gunplay were a little bit better. So I'll leave Infinite Warfare at B. All right, up next, bro, we got World War II. Now, Call of Duty World War II was heavily slept on. Mainly because Fortnite came out. I feel like Fortnite overshadowed Call of Duty World War II. A lot of people stopped playing this game around December, January time because that's when Fortnite picked up a huge amount of hype. To be honest, I thoroughly enjoyed Call of Duty World War II's multiplayer. The whole system where you had to walk around the headquarters to open up your loot crates or whatever, your loot boxes, and to test out weapons. I'm not going to lie, at first it was such a chore and I hated it. I was like, bro, why couldn't you just make this a menu instead of making us do all this shit? But then after I played it a little bit, I was like, this is actually pretty dope. You know, it is a little bit time consuming, but when you look at it now in the grand scheme of things, I don't think any other Call of Duty has done that. So you got to give props to World War II for trying something else. Now, Call of Duty World War II's campaign was sick. It gave me very heavy World at War vibes, just with obviously improved graphics and all that type of stuff. But World War II's campaign, can't lie, I enjoyed it. And the zombies. Why does nobody ever talk about World War II zombies? It was actually fucking good. It was actually good. And to be fair, I'll put Call of Duty World War II in A tier. I want to put it in S. I really do. But I didn't spend that much time on it, nor did I have enough fun on it to put it on S. All right, up next we got Black Ops 4. And brother, I can't lie to you. Black Ops 4 missed with the zombies. It didn't have a campaign. And the multiplayer was pretty shot. I mean, it didn't do anything Black Ops 3 did. It didn't do anything better than Black Ops 3. It was just a worse overall version of that game, just with a lot of extra things stripped away from it. So, it was okay, but I gotta put it in C tier. And then up next, bro, we got Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019. This is my shit. This was one of the most satisfying Call of Duties to play. Dude, this shit came out before the pandemic. Everybody was hating on it. I'm not gonna lie, at first I thought it was cool, but I didn't really rock with it like that. And then as soon as January, February rolled around, I found myself playing this shit hella. Bro, and let me tell you, when Warzone came out, Verdansk, Prime Verdansk, bro, I could not get off this game. I don't know what it was. It was just so addicting. Like, I could not stop landing in supermarket, clearing out the whole building, running around the map, camping in bushes, camping on mountains, camping on hills. It was just a a peak experience, dude. Like, and the sniping in this game was so satisfying. Dude, this is when Call of Duty, people don't want to say this, right? But this is when Call of Duty had a revival, right? It had a very big revival. The editing community literally came back out of the woodworks, came back alive for Call of Duty MW 2019. The sniping community came back. The trick shotting community somewhat came back. Bro, this game was like peak. Just peak, bro. I want to put it in GOAT tier. It just didn't have a zombies mode, or it didn't have any other mode besides multiplayer. I mean, campaign was great. Don't get me wrong. Call of Duty Modern Warfare campaign was great. A lot of people like to say this game killed Call of Duty. I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? This literally was a breath of fresh air compared to what we've been getting for the past 6 years. Like, y'all gotta wake up. All right, bro. Up next, we got Cold War, bro. Like, Cold War, low-key a classic, you know what I'm saying? I think it's better than World War II for sure. But multiplayer in Cold War, I love the sniping. I love the gunplay. The maps were cool as well. I didn't really mind the maps too much. Campaign was nice. The zombies, I'll be honest, I didn't play the zombies like that. It was okay. But Cold War, however, on the grand scheme of things, is not better than Modern Warfare 2019. I don't care what anybody says. It's just a fact. It's pretty much a fact. Modern Warfare 2019 is better than Cold War. All right, man. Up next, we got Call of Duty Vanguard. Now, this bottom tier immediately. The worst. Probably the worst Call of Duty we've ever had. No lie, no joke. But I'll get to the other worst one in a little bit. I have nothing to say about Vanguard. It should have never came out. All right, up next we got MW2 2022. This one, it can go in low B, or it can go in high B, maybe low A. I spent a good amount of time on the multiplayer. Campaign was all right. I just think it didn't really do anything to become better than Modern Warfare 2019. The maps kind of sucked, and then they started just reintroducing, classic MW2 maps, because that's the only thing that really could save the game. So, that made the game more tolerable, but I wouldn't rate it anything higher than a B. Okay, and then right after that, we got MW3 2023. This one I played maybe about the same or a little bit more than MW 2022, but I feel like this one had a more satisfying multiplayer experience. The maps were a little bit better. I mean, all this game really had going for it was the multiplayer, but hey, the multiplayer was tolerable. I enjoyed it for the most part. But this was around the time when I stopped playing Warzone, so if I wasn't playing multiplayer, I just wasn't touching this game at all. But I'll leave it in very low A, maybe actually teetering on B as well, to be completely honest with you. And then up next, we got Black Ops 6. Black Ops 6, I can throw that in C tier. It was good for maybe 2-3 months, right? After that, the game just got so toxic. The maps absolutely blowed. The campaign was non-existent. The zombies was just not a pleasant experience. I mean, nobody's playing that over any other zombies. C tier is probably fair. And then we got fucking BO7, the big trash, the big kahuna of them all. D tier for sure. I should have made an F tier, but this is just me being, a little fair. So I think Black Ops 7, we're not going to even talk about the monstrosity of a campaign it has. I don't need to go into detail for that. Black Ops 7 is D tier for sure. And this is the list, guys. So let me know what y'all think, man. I think this is a fair list. Very fair list, right? Considering that I respected the OGs. I respected a fair bit of the new gen games. But I let my criticism be heard. So yeah, that's going to be it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, make sure to subscribe, and comment down below what your favorite Call of Duty is. And also let me know what type of tier list you guys want to see next time. But yeah, it's been real. Catch you guys later, and peace out.